well, I'm sure that the MI6 would like to have their lost agent back. And you can have him back. The Gestapo have your missing people at the torture central in Kreuzberg.
My missing people?
Of course. The lady Heisenberg, Lawton, a great deal of other people as well, I believe. They have exposed your entire network, you see.
I have no idea what kind of lies you are talking about.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't, and it's fine. It's fine if you don't know what I'm talking about. I would just like to ask that you be kind. You take pity on the people of Germany when you win the war. Forgive them their sins. We can begin anew.
Do I look like a preacher?
No, you definitely do not.
Forgive people's sins. No, I don't know what you're aiming for, but okay. Thank you for the information, and good luck with your work.
Oh, thank you. The machine must not stop, and I will ensure that it doesn't. And he goes back to looking over the crime scene.
And she walks out of the room.
Did we hear the speech from inside the apartment?
If you tried to overhear it, you might have. Did you?
Yeah, for sure.
Then you would have heard it.
Yeah.
That was weird.
We go now, yeah?
Yes, we will go now.
Mm-hmm.
In a quiet hurry.
And Farley, as you are leaving, you see the man looking out through the burnt out apartment. He's looking at you, and you see that his shadow is much bigger than it's supposed to be. Unnaturally big, as if it's not just him standing there, but something else. Something beyond the reality that you're perceiving. It gives you the shivers.
I stare at it, but I don't bother trying to tell my companions about what I've seen.
Are you certain that you are a field agent, Drummond?
Why do you ask?
Because you just exposed yourself as an MI6 agent.
I did not. I really did not.
You were flustering when you spoke. I could hear the sweat drops falling on the ground from outside the door.
Well, let's just say that I was mostly placed in the desk division. And this is one of my first missions. And this is very sensitive for me to say to you, so you can go scheisse all the way, but it's what it is, right?
Mm-hmm. This is my life. You are leaving me in Berlin. You go home, yeah? I am still here.
You don't have to stay here, do you? You could also flee.
But why did they put you in charge of such a sensitive mission in such dangerous circumstances?
Yeah.
I can ask the same to you. Why would they put a crazy man in this mission? A man that sees signs everywhere, that gets pale, that looks like he's going to faint.
If I see things that you don't,
it makes you crazy.
Then maybe that's just a good thing. Maybe it's good that there's somebody in this group who's got their eyes open wide.
So they can see all the ghosts.
But I've been fighting for years. I've been fighting fascists around the world. So this is a battle zone, right? We're in the middle of a war. There's a good reason why I'm here, but why are you here?
She turns her back to him and ignores him. Like a real mature. It is the silent treatment deluxe.
I shake my head and drop it and say, everybody's been killed just about, or they're trying to get anybody that we want to have contact with. There's only one person left on the list, and we're going to go there fast as we can.
We're going to Elsie.
The man
right
said
now.
that they had the entire network. Yeah.
He did say that Lawton and Eisenberg were being held at the Gestapo's torture central.
Didn't he also say something about like all the people?
In Kreuzberg.
Not Elsie, right?
He did say that the network has been exposed. He did not mention anything specifically about her.
Oh.
So maybe she could be the hope.
You have, of course, also gotten a location. Kreuzberg is a part of the city. You know that there's a torture central that the Gestapo is running there. That may give you something. Elsa might know more.
We should try and get Elsa out if we can.
Yes.
Right. Over to the radio house fast as we can, then.
So you do, and you head over to Haus des Rundfunks, which is this massive office of the German radio, the central hub in Goebbels' propaganda machine. And Bauer, the closer the war gets to its inevitable end, the more bizarre the propaganda has become. It's even begun to become humorous. Strange that it is accepted by Goebbels, but perhaps he believes it's good for morale if people get to smile once in a while. There's a lot of activity in this modern building, which is open to you without any problem. It's decked out in Nazi imagery in the same way as everywhere else. The air is thick with cigarette smoke, and everywhere you can hear the mechanical sound of typewriters banging away. And if you wish to see Elsa Ingersleben, it is not that difficult for you to do. You have been given a passphrase by the MI6. Unless you intend to do anything specific about this approach, we can take you directly to see her. Or would you like to do anything before that? Speak to Goretti about something, or...
I'll tell him to wait in the car again, I guess.
Great.
Let's go in.
Yeah, we're in a hurry, I think. I think we'll try to get to her as fast as possible, because if we can get a minute's head start on the Gestapo, if they are as close as they were with Goretti, then a minute could mean the world, so...
And that's what you do then. So Elsa Ingersleben, she has an office on the 3rd floor. She meets you quickly after you've given her the passphrase. She's blonde and very much fitting the Nazi ideals for a German woman. She greets you with a worried look on her face when she's been given this, since she has been given this passphrase, and makes a shush move with her finger as you enter her office. She turns on a gramophone, and music begins to play rather loud. "Remain very quiet here. The walls have ears," she says.
You are in great danger.
Yes. I think I am. I think we all are, but do you have some specific reason I should be worried about?
Everyone who has met with Lawton is gone or taken by the Gestapo.
Well, then we must move quickly. The Red Army is coming, and I anyways wanted to leave. I don't think the NKVD would be particularly kind to me after everything I've done for Goebbels' propaganda machine. I mean, I've given them information, but they aren't particularly forgiving to people they consider to be security risks.
They will understand. But Lawton, you can talk on the way, yeah? You meet us outside in 3 minutes, yeah?
All right, she says, and she leaves you there. And she stays in the office as you leave, and 3 minutes later, indeed, she catches up with you at the car. There's no Gestapo around here, at least not that you can see.
Okay, I guess I'm driving, so you guys do the talking.
What? You will help get me out of here, yes? What can I do to help? I want to do something.
Have you seen Lawton? Have you met Lawton recently?
The last time I met him, I gave him some names of NKVD contacts, Franz Krause and Moritz Bieber. They were arrested by the Gestapo just a few weeks after that. Since then, I have had no contact with him. I don't trust him. I think he's selling us out. I think he's going to defect.
Have you any idea where he might be?
Well, he just disappeared, but have you learned anything about where he might have been taken? Or where he might have gone, rather?
We only know where some of the others have gone. They've been held by the Gestapo. Him, we've no idea.
Well, didn't Muller say that he was
He's
held there
also
as well?
capture, isn't he?
He did.
He's also capture, yeah.
We don't know if we can trust him, but that's what he said.
He did say that Lawton and Eisenberg and the others are at this torture central in Kreuzberg.
So that info is already retrieved, but...
If you will you share that with her, the information that you learned from Miller, or do you keep that to yourself?
Keeping that thing to ourselves might be good. Just for now.
Yeah, maybe we
she
just
adds.
exchange glances when she asks us about Lawton. We just...
If you can get me out of here, I can give you all the... I can give you the name of the NKVD operatives here in Berlin. I'm sure the MI6 would appreciate that. Just, please, you have to get me out of Berlin.
We've got a job to do here, and we have to get Lawton.
Yes.
Do I know of a safe house or something, some hideout where we can hide Elsa and Goretti while we do our task?
You know of a safe house, but it seems as if a lot of information has been leaked. It's very possible that Lawton would know of any safe houses as well, if he's the one who has been revealing this information, that is. But it seems to reason that such a place might be compromised. So you don't think it would be safe? It's probably the safest, actually, that they're with you.
Yeah, unless we go to the Gestapo.
Right, but yes, exactly. That's true.
Okay, so we just hide them in the car when we go there? Are we going there?
How are we going to get in there?
That is going to be quite a pickle, yes.
I presume it's heavily guarded.
Yeah.
And they only let in Gestapo or like high officers of the Wehrmacht in, I presume.
Well, Bauer, you know now that you've heard this specific information about Kreuzberg and about the Gestapo. You do know that in Kreuzberg, the one place of interest that you know of there is the hospital for the blind in Bethanien, which it's a big military hospital. But you know that the Gestapo also seem to have some kind of an operation there. You know that you've seen workers from the Rulsdorf camp, Soviet women, being moved over there for something. I mean, it wouldn't have necessarily stuck out as that strange before, but now that you have this information, it seems like that might be the place. If that is the place, then at least part of that area would be accessible to you. The hospital for the blind would be. The Gestapo compound there would be a bit more tricky, but it might be worth looking into.
But we will be able to come up close, and it's not been a Gestapo headquarters for 10 years. So it's, yeah. Well, I share this information, and I say, if we are going there if we think that Eisenberg is there or someone else as well, maybe, nudge, nudge, yeah, it's your show, your call.
Yes, I think we'll go there. We don't have any other choice now, do we?
It's worth a go.
Yes.
So I drive over there.
Drummond is still a little bit moody for Farley and Bauer mistrusting her, asking her why she's leading the mission at all. So she's having quite a low profile right now.
Yes, the feeling in this car is not the best, and it is not just because you're being hunted by the Gestapo. So you quite easily come up to this hospital which is the Bethanien Hospital. It takes up an entire block, and it's got its facade towards Mariannenplatz, which is a long, narrow park in the relatively intact workers' quarters in Kreuzberg. It's a 3-story tall, white colossus of a building with a grand entrance flanked by 2 minaret-like towers. Part of this building has been razed, probably bombed, but you see that there's plenty of activity going on. Convoys of transports that carry wounded soldiers from the Eastern Front are arriving to leave their human cargo before heading back to the front. There's a lot of traffic there, so you can probably basically pull up and go in there if you would like.
Yeah, I guess we do. And tell the others to stay in the car. I was thinking if we should stop somewhere to get to arm up a bit, but that would take time, and in such close quarters, a pistol would be best anyway. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking we each have pistols and 1 submachine gun, and the first guards we shoot, we can take their guns. Mm. Yeah. Okay, good.
Easy and smooth.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
In theory. In theory.
It's going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah. Lovely.
Nobody seems to be paying you any mind as you're walking around here among the injured soldiers inside of this quite beautiful building, actually.
But just before the shit hits the fan, what's the extraction plan for Drummond and Farley?
The extraction plan is, well, it seems like their primary, you know this, Drummond, they want to get rid of Lawton. You will need to find your way back to the Allies somehow. But you're resourceful. You'll think of something.
Okay, so they're on their own.
They're on their own, yes.
When the mission is done, okay, yeah.
Yes, the Allies are around Belgium and have just entered into Germany. So that would be a good place to go. Probably not a good idea to go to the Red Army. They might not be as kind, even though they're allies. Or Farley?
Well, that's a later discussion. I just wanted to know if there was an airplane waiting on some field, like in 24 hours or something.
Nope.
Okay.
Unless you can get one. You can steal one.
Yeah. If anyone can fly it. Okay, but just now, anyway, here we are.
Yes, and you you quickly come into the building and reach the. It's like a cathedral or a church, like a chapel. There's painted arches and beautiful arched windows. Some of them have now been partly covered with bricks and shutters. But there's this sort of lingering holy feeling in this hospital. You see exhausted doctors and nurses that are sitting over at the canteen that they have arranged, and they're resting while the others are tending to the patients. And Farley, of course, for you, this continues to be clearer and clearer. This place is more than it seems. Behind the walls here, you see it, the great city. It's all around you here. The veil is so thin. And this place is protected by something or someone. And that's when you see her. It's, in one of the arched windows sits, what you see, Farley, you see a naked woman with cut-off lips and open festering wounds on her arms and legs. Her body is penetrated by black iron that seems to keep the wounds open. They should kill her, but she's very much alive. I would like you to roll to keep it together.
16?
Then this makes you feel a bit uneasy. It is your eyes showing you strange things again, though, and, well, you've somehow gotten used to it. It doesn't affect you as much as it should, which is really strange, and you're becoming quite worried about yourself, but it doesn't really bother you that much, somehow. However, the two of you, Drummond and Bauer, what you see is a normal, rather thin woman in her 30s, wearing clothes that look a bit clerical, as though she might be a deaconess. It's not uncommon that these hospitals are run by religious organizations. She seems to have noticed you, but doesn't make any move. But Bauer, there's something strangely attractive about her. Her smile, perhaps. Some kind of allure. You're not quite sure.
Drummond turns to Bauer and she says, Bauer, I see you have been taking a little liking to this woman, so why don't you just go talk to her?
We have more important things to do, yeah? We need to find the Gestapo.
And who could you ask?
Well, I go up to the deaconess and try and flash my best smile. And
she looks to you as you do that and says something that you wouldn't expect out of the mouth of a deaconess. You look like you might have cigarettes. I could kill for cigarettes.
It just so happens that I do. And I pull up a pack and just flick my wrist a bit so one cigarette just halfway goes up. Like.
Very smooth.
Flashy.
She motions towards the park that you can see on the other side of this canteen. There's a door leading out into the park belonging to this hospital.
Mm. And I pull up some matches as well. And light your cigarette.
And she leads you out into the park. You see that the trees in the park here have been cut down and everything is dying. Probably hasn't been a priority to take care of this place for a long time now. What about Drummond and Farley? What are you doing?
Scoping the place, see if there is... Just try to get a feel of the place and looking at potential people to ask.
Yes, you see a lot of there's a lot of doctors, a lot of staff here. There's a lot of soldiers, but a lot of them are of course injured. They have bandages covering their eyes. There's no one that directly sort of screams out as being of particular importance. But Bauer seems to be following up on something that you pointed him towards, and perhaps that will yield something. What about you, Farley?
I go up to this. So for me, I'm seeing this same woman completely differently.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm still seeing her in that way.
Yes.
This wounded, naked woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't follow the other two outside. I just go up to the woman and, in a low voice, I say, I can see you. What's happened to you?
Would you like to know? She asks.
Yes.
Follow me then. In that case, you follow her outside. So she's the deaconess, just so you're clear that the
Yes.
deaconess is this naked woman. Yes. Yes. So she lights. The cigarette has been lit, and she's standing out there smoking, and the two of you are standing close to her. And she introduces herself. I'm Deaconess Felicia. God's light be upon you, she says with an amused smile.
Bauer looks sideways at Farley, who went up and said, I can see you. What happened to you? And just, you have worked here long, Felicia, Deaconess?
Oh, a very, very, very long time.
You wouldn't know where the Gestapo have their quarters.
Yes, they are in the building next to the hospital.
I see. Would you happen to have a prisoner called... What is Lawton's alias?
Yeah, it's Lucas Smets is his alias. Yes.
Smets. Herr Smets?
We would have both Lucas Smets and Nicholas Lawton, the same in one. Yes, he is here. He was fun. Had so many things to say. The Gestapo were very happy to learn his secrets.
I look at Farley first, see his reaction of her words.
Why are you helping them?
Well, they have They have bound us to them. Their leader, Max Vester, he's a death magician.
I'm sorry, just back up there a little bit.
Don't give me that. You have seen
magician.
things.
I have seen things.
You see the truth as it is. You must know that the world is not as you believed it was.
I have seen that, and Farley looks a little bit meaningfully and triumphantly at the other two.
Bauer's facial muscles have been working a lot this past minute. He does not understand anything. He's just... Yeah, he's perplexed and he's lost for words. He just stands there, silent, just letting these two have their conversation. He doesn't understand anything. He's baffled.
She puts her arm on you, Farley, and you see her as she really looks like. Would you kill him for us? Max Vester, would you kill him? Set us free? You seem capable. You seem like you're here for a reason.
Why not? He's a fascist, isn't he?
That he is, and much, much more.
But I want to know first who you really are. What would you do if you were free? Whose side would you be on?
We have a purpose now. That would be our role going forward as well. We would just be able to do it in the way that we see fit.
I'm against fascism and fascists, and their enemies are my friends.
Yes, and if you would like, we could torture as many fascists as you would like. Just bring them here. We have a purpose and a task here. Even if Herr Vester's gone, we will have work to do. You can come join us here if you would like. It's a lot of fun.
I wouldn't go that far. But if you'd leave the enemies of the fascists alone and you'd give a bit of it, if you'd stick a bit of it to the fascists themselves, now we're talking.
Kill Max Vester, and we can torture anyone we want, and I could think of nothing that I would like more than to torture the Gestapo.
If I'm going to try and kill him, first I'd need some help, right? Because getting close to him would be pretty bloody difficult. Second, I want Lawton.
When it comes to Lawton, he's already been given to us as a prisoner. He's kept in the city beyond. That's where the Gestapo are now as well. I wouldn't let you leave with him. They belong to us, to me and my sisters. But I would allow you to kill him if you would like. We could still continue torturing him, even if that were to happen. But most of all, we would like to have Mr. Vester killed. And we believe that you can do that.
And what would happen to me, to us, afterwards?
You could leave. You could go and fight the war, or do whatever you would like. You would not be of our interest anymore. You would have helped us. We would be grateful for that.
Right then. Why not?
During this conversation, Bauer has been slowly walking backwards towards Drummond. And then been standing beside her. And probably exchanging a look or two.
Drummond is shocked. She doesn't know if she thinks that the things that she's hearing is just, she's questioning if this is real.
Everything about this trip to Berlin has been so surrealistic and unreal. Toga party at the Italian embassy. Starting there, really, it's just been insanity. But Berlin is insanity now. That is what the city has become.
Yes, but she's wondering if this is maybe too much when this information is brought up to her.
They are both crazy, right? But if they lead us to Lawton, we kill him, yeah? No problem.
Of course we will do that, but I just can't wrap my mind around what this woman is saying. It's just too weird. It's like Farley was right all along.
Do you think so?
Which is just... No, but it seems like it now. It seems very... It's so surreal.
You don't think she's crazy?
I think both of them are, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I just want to get out of here, but still, I mean, Lawton needs to...
Be handled.
Killed. Yes. I'd rather say killed. It's in my interest. Let's just say that.
I'd rather say handled.
So let's just do what she's asking for.
Did she tell Farley if he could get to Lawton first, or was killing Vester a condition to get to Lawton?
Well, Lawton seems to be kept in this city beyond that she is mentioning. That's also where Vester is. It seems like a condition for being able to return is killing Vester.
Yeah. And the city beyond, what's that? Have I heard about that before?
No, that sounds completely crazy.
How do they get there? So that's what Drummond does. She walks a little bit closer to the diaconess and she asks, I heard your proposal and we are accepting it. We would like to know how to get to the city beyond.
Well, the way in is using the stairs in Mr. Vester's office. Go down, and you will be in the city beyond. You just need to get in there first, but that shouldn't be a problem. There are mean-looking guards outside, but they hide in the air raid shelters during the night, just like everyone else.
So we wait till the night and they'll be off, and then we go in.
Sounds smashing. Let's just wait then.
And we've got this key, and in there they've got weaponry.
That's a good thing. Let's go in there and stack ourselves up with weapons.
And how many hours are there till nightfall?
You have been driving all across Berlin during the day. A lot of things have happened. It's starting to become evening now. You will not have to wait that long. So then let us jump ahead in time, and the air raid sirens have sounded, and the B-17s are overhead dropping their bombs on Berlin. And the guards that were standing in front of the Gestapo building here, they had SGG-44s. There was a machine gun nest up in the window, but they're gone. They've hidden, because that's what you do when there's an air raid. And the building is yours, seemingly. It's of course locked, but you have a way in.
And Farley has the key?
Yeah. He does.
Yeah. So he fits it into the lock, and presumably it opens?
It does.
And I step inside.
Yes. And it's a two-story brick building. This office here, it's filled with various Nazi regalia and books. There's shelf after shelf of books. They look ancient and are written in languages that you know of, but that you cannot read. It's Aramaic, Hebrew, Arabic, Cyrillic letters. Some, though, are in German and in Old English. Just looking at the titles briefly as you walk by indicates that it's about like religion, prophecies, the occult, that kind of stuff. There's a door that says weapons locker here, and then there are stairs that go up or down.
Well, the door that says weapons locker will be the one that I go to, for sure.
And you open that with the key, and it is completely empty inside. Nothing.
We'll have to make do with what we have.
I suppose so.
She said that there was weapons and things
Yeah.
in here. Anything we would need.
That happens sometimes.
Was she talking about something else?
Bauer is really feeling that she's setting them up for a trap. I mean, an empty Gestapo building, giving us a key. This is just a setup.
There's red flags all over the place.
I mean, the player, Andreas, totally think that Dominic's right. Yeah, the weapons are not weapons, but Bauer is like, this is a trap, we should get out of here, we should not be here.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Drummond feels the same.
We've started. I'm going upstairs. And I, with my submachine gun at the ready, I start to, quietly as I can, ascend the staircase.
You will remember that she said go down the stairs. But you can go up the stairs as well.
Was it go down the stairs from his office, no?
Yes, and the stairs are here in his office.
Oh, we are in his office. Sorry, I missed
Yes.
that. Sorry.
Yes.
Ah, yes, me too, actually. I thought we were just in the building. I didn't realise we were in his office.
All right.
I knew we were in the office.
Then we go down the stairs. yeah.
Okay, down the stairs we go.
I was like, oh, what a bold choice.
So you walk down the stairs, and you find yourself coming down the stairs back in the same room you were just in, the same house. But there's no Nazi regalia here. Everything else seems to be the same, though. Plenty of books here too.
The same books?
Well, similar books. This isn't the same room, Farley. It might look like that to the others, but not to you. You know that you are exactly where you need to be. And that what you're looking for is in the hospital. There's a room here that reads weapons locker as well.
I open it.
You open it with a key, and in the weapons locker are 12 assault rifles, grenades, Panzerfausts. There's boxes filled with rifles, MP40s. There's 2 machine guns, SS uniforms. There's a flamethrower. The entire German armory at your disposal in here.
And I look at it like a young child might stare at the contents of a toy or a sweet shop. And I look down at my adapted Sten gun with distaste and discard it. And I start by taking an MP40, and presumably there's plenty of ammunition here.
All that you can carry.
And are there handguns as well?
Yes, there's a row of Lugers available as well.
Excellent. So I discard my obsolete Reiser pistol, and I take a Luger. But some of the other things they look a little bit heavy for quick assault purposes. A machine gun, a flamethrower, though it's very tempting. The flamethrower, actually, well, he takes a flamethrower.
Then you put on the flamethrower, the big backpack
Yeah.
with the fuel in it, and you have operated one of these before, so you know what to do.
Oh, and grenades.
Yes.
I take grenades.
Drummond and Bauer, while Farley is inside the candy shop here, you are also coming down here, and you hear sulking and moaning coming from one of the offices here. Someone is clearly suffering in here. That way?
Bauer, did you hear that?
Yeah.
You should go see what it is.
Do we see the weapons as well?
Yes, you see the weapons in there, and you see Farley getting kitted out.
I'll just, as I'm passing by, just grab a few grenades.
Yes, you do. And quickly you notice that the sulking and moaning is coming from cells. They were offices in the other Gestapo office, the one in your world, you suppose. Here it's cells, and you see behind iron bars Leonore Eisenberg, and with her is another man that you don't recognize. She's in bad shape, face swollen from beatings, and she's all bloodied up, in a catatonic state. She's sort of sulking and moaning, and the man is crying. They both seem to be very difficult to contact, but they are alive.
Farley, could you check the key if it works on the locks on the cells?
I try the key in the cell door.
This key opens all doors here, and it opens the cell as well. But they're just sitting there, as if too afraid to move, or too messed up to move. You're not quite sure. But you have found Leonore Eisenberg, and someone else.
Can we try and shake them, try and slap them?
You try, but you do not reach through to them. They need proper care to be able to be contacted.
You mean beyond slapping and being shaken?
Yes. Beyond slapping and that, yes, exactly. There is also a metal door here that looks quite ominous, close to the cells. That has one of those slits that you can open to sort of look in through, like an isolation cell.
Let's open that one and see what's in there.
Well, we can look through this slit, through this hatch, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, you can. And sitting on a chair there, it's a metal chair, there's blood all over the floor, is what looks to be a man with a hood on. You cannot see this person's face.
When Drummond sees this, she turns to the guys and she says, I think that is Lawton. We should go in and lift the hood and see who it is.
Can I just ask, do we know who Lawton is? What he looks like? Have we seen photos of him? We have. Okay.
You have photos of all the contacts, and you have a photo of Lawton as well. Yes.
Okay. And the man with Leonore doesn't match any of these photos.
No, it does not. You get a feeling that it might have been someone else from the network that has been taken by the Gestapo. Perhaps Elsa mentioned some men that were taken that were contacts of hers. It could be one of them, or it could be someone completely different.
Can we just whisper in through the hatch?
You can. As you do so, there is, however, no response. This man is also not moving.
I shrug my shoulders and fit the key into the lock.
And the door opens. And in front of you is this man sitting on this metal chair with a hood on.
I have, obviously I've got the flamethrower. I've got MP40. I'm checking the room carefully. There's nobody else in here. Is that right?
There's nobody else in here. It's a rather smallish room. Big enough for a few people to, go to work on this person torturing them, but that's about it.
And this person is tied, is restrained?
Yes. Restrained with handcuffs and ropes.
So I walk over and pull the hood off.
And it is a very badly messed up Nicholas Lawton. He has been badly beaten. He is unconscious, but he is alive.
It is him, yeah. We bring him, we go, yeah?
They said they wouldn't let us leave with him. Do you remember?
That's
said.
what they said.
Yes, I heard it, but we can try, yeah?
I myself think the best thing to happen right now would be just to put him out of his misery. I'll be happy to do that.
Do you do that?
Yes.
Do you just pull out your gun and shoot him in the head right there and then?
Yes.
Then that's what happens. Do you try to stop her?
Yes.
Let's see if you manage to do so, because she's acting very quickly here. Let's do... Drummond tries to do a violence roll, so +0.
Mm-hmm.
And Farley will try to do a coolness roll here, so +2.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I've got 20 there, actually.
Oh! And I got 13.
13.
Well, 20,
Yes.
20 plus 2, so actually 22.
22.
Yeah.
You rolled double tens.
Yeah.
Oh!
So then your lightning fast reflexes just activate as soon as you even get a feeling that you might be intending to do this, and then your hand moves her gun aside just as she pulls the trigger, and you're able to prevent Lawton from being shot in the head by her colleague.
Drummond is first struck by the surprise, and then she spins around saying, Farley, what the hell? What the bloody hell did you do that for? Why?
Me? What the bloody hell were you doing?
What did it look like?
Who said that we were an execution squad?
Nobody said that, but I have issues with this man. I have things that needs to be... I don't need to explain myself to you.
I think
Just let
you
me do
do.
this.
I think you do. You're about to put him down as if he was a dog.
I was,
And
yes.
you were in a right bloody hurry as well. What was the hurry? There's no guards here, not just now.
Let's just say that he is not deserving to live.
Well, you better explain yourself.
Ethan Fletcher. It was a man I met a long time ago. He got some information from me that killed a lot of people that wasn't supposed to be killed. He manipulated me and Nicholas Lawton helped this happen. He helped it, and he saw to it that nothing was reported. And this is blood on his hands. And he needs to die for what he did. Are you happy now?
And blood on your hands. Right.
I was manipulated. I was forced to do it. I couldn't help it.
So you're worried that if he goes back to London, that he's going to tell them about you and what you did?
It would ruin my life and all the things I've been working for.
Well,
We do not have to bring him back to London.
we don't have to bring him back to London. I have another idea.
Do tell.
We can hand him over to the NVKD. To the Soviets.
Damn Bolsheviks. Yeah.
London's never gonna find out a word of what he knows.
How can you be so sure?
He can be looked after by them. Well, the Soviets and the British. Come on.
You know, I'd rather just shoot him.
But I wouldn't. You
No,
see,
that's
I
you.
wouldn't. And between the two of us, there's only one soldier and there's one office worker. And I'm the soldier and you're the office worker. I've got
How
more
dare
guns
you call
than
me
you.
an office worker?
Well, if the cap fits, you know. And I don't think now that your rank makes any difference in this room, does it? So, what's it going to be?
Well, Drummond is just fed up by this, and she is now aiming the gun towards Farley.
Who's aiming his MP40 at her?
So there's a standoff here then.
Yeah.
Bauer, what do you do?
You guys, can't we just bring him outside and settle this later? We are in the middle of a Gestapo house, and if your Diaconess friend there is correct, we will not be able to leave with him anyway. So we could just try and do that first, and then we see, yeah.
I don't think so, she says, and she shoots.
Ooh!
Oh snap!
Yep.
All right. So, this is interesting. Then you will both engage in violence at the same time.
It's
I think-
it's just that I've got an MP40 and
You do.
and
But she's aiming to the head. I mean, she's aiming to
Yeah,
the
of
head.
course. But she is also. Let's see. So Cecil has +0 in violence, and Farley has +3,
Yes.
and is better armed. But let's see what happens. So you both roll engage in violence, and let's see who gets the highest.
I've got 9, and then I've got 3 to add to that, so 12.
12.
13.
13. All right. Then Cecil Drummond.
Cecily.
You shoot Farley in the head. And Farley, you are able to pull off a burst with your MP40 right into Drummond. And there's a huge just bang in this small, tiny room, this torture room, this metal room, and then there's silence. And there's Bauer standing, and there's 2 dead bodies on the floor. What do you do, Bauer?
I just shake my head in incredulity. Yeah, I get the key from Farley.
Yes, you grab the key from his hands.
And I unlock the bonds of Lawton.
Yes, you will have to carry this this body if you wish to move it.
Yeah, unfortunately I just invented that Bauer is quite small and not very strong. So he has a tough time doing it, but he tries to drag Lawton out of there.
You start to drag Lawton out of the Gestapo house towards the stairs. Then to try to get up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And just as you are trying to move up the stairs, there's a woman coming down, and she looks surprised. Where are the others? You have not killed Max Vester. You know the deal that we have made.
I made no deal.
Well, you will not be allowed to leave until you kill Max Vester. Or until we keep you here. Perhaps, you know what? That might just be quite entertaining. Since there's only one of you left, I really doubt that you would be able to put up much against the Gestapo. You don't seem to be in the mind to fight. Would you like that? Shall we do it that way?
You will stop me, you and your non-friends, yeah? I try to move past her.
You do, and as you do that, you feel metal penetrating your throat, and blood spurts out. And she looks at you with a strange look on her face, and she shakes her head and lets you fall to the floor, and she then speaks to all 3 of you. It is fortunate for us that you came here, because now we will have more people to torture. We will have so much fun, you see, she says, and she's joined by 6 other women looking very much like her, and you, with your dying breath, you see them as they truly are, these hideous creatures. And it is in this Gestapo house that you are tortured for the rest of your existence, which will be very, very long. And that ends Seven Sisters.
Death is only the beginning, eh? Thank you so much, Matthias.
Thank you, Matthias.
Whoa. You guys.
That was unexpected. That was very unexpected. I'd hoped that you would go after the Gestapo, but you know, it works out, and it plays into your backgrounds rather well. It really came to a head in a very definitive way.
Well, you guys, you sure know how to go out with a bang.
A double bang.
Oh, jeez. And what's up with you guys? Our listeners will start to think that Anneli and Dominic are not too close friends.
What?
I'd like to assure them we get on very well outside
Yes.
of scenarios.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, Matthias, for guiding us through this scenario
Nightmare.
of KULT Divinity Lost. And we.
How did you enjoy it? It was there's a lot of things that we could have done, and I'm glad that you followed up on a lot of the leads and then got to meet a lot of the characters of Berlin.
It was interesting. There was sometimes this feeling that there were other things, you know, that one was passing by, but you've also got the momentum and the decisions you've made, and you don't want to stop too long, you know, to sort of figure out absolutely everything before, you know, moving on. And it was a very vivid world to be in. This kind of pre-apocalyptic Berlin, as it were. And then this other world hovering just beyond or even in sight.
Yeah. Oof. Well, we certainly want to play some more KULT, right? Don't
Yes.
we?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that really whetted my appetite.
Yeah. So we will have a some kind of competition where one of our lucky listeners can win KULT Divinity Lost, the core rule book, and we also have it. So we will most definitely try and get something more, either with Matthias or with someone else as GM, and we will definitely head into this world of nightmares once more.
You can't wait.
But
Very happy to hear
great.
it. I hope you will enjoy your descent into further nightmares, and let's see how it ends next time.
But for now, the nightmare ends, and we say thank you once more to Matthias, Anneli, and Dominic. We will see you later doing something else. And thank you so much for listening, and we hope you will keep on listening when Sweden will roll once again. You listen to Sweden Rolls playing KULT Divinity Lost with special guest star GM Mattias Fredriksson of Red Moon Roleplaying. KULT was originally created by Gunilla Jonsson and Mikael Petersen, and KULT Divinity Lost is published by Helmgast. If you like our podcast, please rate and review us on iTunes or Google Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, to get the opportunity to win some awesome giveaways. If you want to support our podcast and help us create more and more content, please go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/SwedenRolls. The music for this one-shot was created by myself, Andreas Lundström. Until our next episode, goodbye and farewell.